Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dee Dee. We're just sitting here doing a little pre-chat show, talking, gabbing, and drawing. So let me put this over here. I'm just working on one of my, a girl from the sketchy group. So I've been just kind of drawing on her. So I have to still do her skin tones. I just got the highlights, her hair, and the darkest darks, and so she's probably about halfway done. So I just was working on her this morning, and I'll tweet a picture out when I'm done with her. So there's that working on. And let me move these pencils out of the way. And my trash and the... All right, so what I thought we would do, for those of y'all that know, we're starting, well, Janet is hosting, J. Merle is hosting a pocket letter swap. I have this here. This is my focus card there. So she is doing and this is the only one I've ever received and didn't even know about till I got this one from Jan from Quail Hill. Hopefully the lighting, let's put a little more light on the situation. And so this is the only one I'd ever seen. Hang on, guys. There we go. And so I showed it last week when I got it in. And apparently it's a thing now. It's been around for a little while, I guess, where you swap 9 pockets and you put a letter in it and you put little do-lollies, doodads, cuts and stickers and whatever in the little pockets, and you exchange them because it folds up small. You can put it in a letter, business size envelope. And anyway, so I guess this has been, I had never heard of it till that day. So apparently it's a thing where you swap them just like we used to do ATCs, art cards, ACOs, artist trading cards, sketch cards, and all that. And so my mom and I have done this with Project Life cards. And it folds up, you know, just like a 4x6. So anyway, to me, not to disparage the whole idea because a letter is involved in it, but to me, this is really no different than just doing 9 ATCs. People are getting freaked out like, oh my gosh, that's too high. I don't know what to do. What do I do? Hey, Vicki. So I thought I would just do, I've not done a whole page like this. We're going to do some practice ones today. And oh, and then also she put a photograph that was cut up, blown up and cut up like this. This is Jan's, Quail Hill Jan. So instead of everybody getting freaked out over it, to me, if you look at it, if you just look at it like 9 ATCs with a theme, there we go. And then you can put a little letter talking about, you know, whatever you want to say, a little bit about yourself, or whatever the theme of it, which apparently in this case, there is no theme. You can do whatever theme you want. So I thought I would do a couple practice ones, and we'll just see how it turns out. Okay, but I don't think we need to get all stressed out just because you have to include a letter. And just a small letter talking about whatever you want. Jan included a letter in here talking about Quail Hill. But, you know, it doesn't have to be elaborate. It could be just a little short thing about you, what you do, you know, what your medium is. Do you like to paint or draw or sketch, whatever. So let's don't get all like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, Vern? Hi, Eileen. About time you got here, Missy. Just kidding. So we're going to just do a couple of practice ones. The other thing that I wanted to talk about before we get crack-a-lack in here is I did hear back from Mystery Carol, our tree frog Mystery Carol, who she calls us her butterfly girls. I did hear back from her, and she said her address is the same, so I have her address. So if anybody wants to send anything butterfly related, which I'm going to do one of these pocket pages for her with butterflies, If anybody wants to send a letter, a card, anything to do with just a butterfly on it, we're going to gather that up and I'm going to send her a package of butterfly goodies. Okay? Are freaking out because of what some people include gifts. Yeah, see, we're gonna do stickers and maybe some washi. I'm not getting elaborate. I'm gonna use things that I have. We're just gonna play around and see. It's no fun if you get stressed out about it. Yeah, Janet said write about your pets. Yeah, that's a great idea. If you don't want to talk about your art or what you do, your job, your kids, your life, then write about your pets. Great idea, Janet. So, yeah, they're getting too serious about it. If you just think about it as 9 ATCs that are in, with one idea. In this case, she did, well, it doesn't even have to be even just one idea. In this case, Jan talked about art and Leonardo da Vinci and Mona because she knows that's my muse. She included coffee in mine. I mean, not real coffee, but little coffee pictures. When she did one for Barb, she did tea. She put a tea bag in there. So we're just going to do a couple of little, some practice pages. I got some ideas, and I'm going to do one for Mystery Carol. So again, if you want to send a little, for those of y'all that don't know, Mystery Carol, she had some very serious health issues, and we all kind of rallied with her, and we hadn't heard from her in really a couple of years. So Moomy Joy said, Dee Dee, try to email her again. She was real concerned, and so because of Moomy, I went ahead and emailed Carol again, and she answered, and she is still, she still doesn't say matter. She did not get into her health issues with me. But she did say that she still has all her butterfly art that we sent her a few years ago around her. So it's time for some fresh butterfly kisses. So if y'all want to send me anything butterfly related, I don't mind showing. I won't show any personal letters. And if you have a personal letter to Carol, if you seal that up, I will not open it. I'll just put it. I'm going to put it all in one big envelope and send it all, or box or whatever, and send that to her. So if you want to send anything personal to her or anything like that, I will not be opening that or reading that. On air. Okay. I don't know, Vicki. I don't know. Hey, Gina. So that's kind of the update on that. So I thought what we would do is I'm just going to pull out a couple of, I've done ATC swaps for years, so I've got tons of sleeves laying around, and I put them here somewhere. There they are. So I pulled out some blank sleeves that I have laying around. There's all different kinds too. I mean, but besides the Project Life and the baseball card sleeves, there's other size sleeves that are fun, would be fun to work with too. We're just going to do this one though today. So I have two things that I'm going to do. I'm going to do the butterfly one for Carol, but I'm also going to just practice and show and we're going to just just practice. If it doesn't turn out, it's like, okay, y'all know what not to do. So I got a sleeve here with just some tan color cards in it that I'm going to use as a base for, again, let me show you probably the best way to do this. Okay, so the pockets here are ATC size baseball card, 2.5 by 3.5, your standard size. We're not going to get freaked out about making these, guys. I don't understand. Everybody's made ATCs for a long time. I don't know why anybody's getting upset about just making 9 of them. And really, they're not even as decorated as, one that would be in a swap. If y'all have any questions or anything, put them in caps so I know you're talking to me. And for those watching the recording, this is a live show with live people. Thanks, everybody, for being here. And so if you're watching the recording, just know that we're having a conversation here with a bunch of people. And if we come to an area where it lags for you, visually. Just click, 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 forward it on, and yeah, get to the art of it, if you will. All right, so I'm just going to get out a cutter here, and I'm going to just cut. I got some 8.5 by 11. Is it kind of? Do we have enough light there, guys? Let me know, because you know it's a dark day here. It's pouring down rain, so it's real dark in here. I think I have every light on in the room that I can possibly have. So 8.5 by 11 cardstock. You can get a whole, you know, a whole sheet of ATCs out of this. I got some black, and also if y'all want good sales on the cardstock, Michaels always has those packs. Let me see if I have an unopened one. Here we go. Michaels always has these packs on sale. I think right now they're 3 for $10, but last week or the week before they were 5 for $10. So I bought 5 new packs. I think I got 2 more craft, a black, a gray. I don't remember, but anyway. So they're 50 sheets of cardstock. It feels probably, it's not 110, maybe 90 weight. I don't see. Oh, here we go. 65. Okay, it's 65. So it's a little thinner than 90, but it's a good you know base for ATCs. So I'm going to just cut 2 at a time here. I think I got 2, maybe 3. Let's just do 2 at a time. And I'm just going to cut down 2.5 here wide. So I can get 3 strips of that. It's a little left over. 2.5, 2.5, and 2.5. And so you just got a little bit left on the edge. I used to save that kind of thing. I don't anymore. All right, and then 3.5. So got 3.5, 3.5, and I'm cutting 2 sheets at a time, and 3.5. So then you just got probably about a 1/4 inch left at the bottom, 1/2 inch maybe, about a 1/2 inch. So there's 1 stack there. I could probably cut 4 at a time. Here, let's go ahead. So I got 3.5. 3.5. Okay, so there we go. So right there, that's 18 cards right there. 18 cards off of 2 sheets. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of craft color ones. Let me just put this out of the way. I'm going to do 2 craft cardstock ones, same thing. I'll do 2.5. And it's a little bit thicker to me. The craft one's a little bit thicker, a little bit more textury. Not much, but stack them up good. And then 3.5. I'm going to try to do, let's see, well, I don't know. It's pretty thick. I bet I'll just do 2. This one's a little bit thicker. There we go. So now I have 18 of those. So I've got 18, enough for two sleevefuls here. And then I've got 2 sleevefuls of the black. So I can do 4 sleeves right here. Okay? No questions. Okay, we're good. So Sorry for the squeaky chair. All right, so, oh, well, I'm going to need my cutter again because I got the next plan. All right, so what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to approach this. I'm going to think of who it's going to. I'm going to do a butterfly one, but I'm going to practice with Jean and Jan first, the music girls. And I know Jean's at school, so she'll have to watch the recording. She might make it in toward the Carol's butterfly one. But I wanted to kind of show you some different things you can do with this. Okay, you know, we all have, well, most of us have either calendar pages with photographs, the scrapbook faux photograph on scrapbooks, like for instance, and I pulled out all this music sheet when I did clean out all my papers, a big stack of papers for giveaway. But anyway, so for instance, let me pull this one because it's one of the photography ones that I'm talking about. So, you know, you have these different things that are like either a calendar that have photographs. This is a scrapbook paper from a music pack with a photograph, and then it comes with all kinds of other music type things that we'll use too. This kind of thing is great if you're not as inclined as like Jan did to blow up one of her own photographs and cut it down. Okay, that's what she used for the back. And it seems like, from what I've seen of the samples and different ones that people have made, they're just putting some basic photographs or a basic theme on the back side of their pocket letters. Okay, and then they do all the goodies and all the separate little items in the front with the in between. Like there's a little pocket in there is where they're putting their stickers and washi tapes and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so what I'm saying is this doesn't have to be complicated. You can either use a calendar page, a scrapbook. You know those scrapbook stacks that have all the photographs? I've got a couple of them. They're behind me. I can dig them out if I need to. But they'll have pictures of like pumpkin seeds, solid pumpkins, you know, a pumpkin with seeds, or a fall leaves, or a snow scene. And they have all different kind of themed photographed papers. But you don't need to have that even. You know, if you just have a calendar sheet. Let me just see if I have a full calendar sheet here somewhere. Okay, a good one is this fish one, for an example. Okay, so I got these tropical fish. Okay, so if I was doing a page for JJ, our tropical fish JJ, I've already cut up the clownfish. But, okay, here's a good one for an example. Like this. You could cut this down. Maybe we'll even do that for an example. I've already used the clownfish in another project, or I would do a clownfish one for JJ. But here's a perfect example of something you can cut down. It can even be going this way if you want more of the 9 by 12. I mean, 8.5 by 11, because this is a 12 by 12. Or you could just like cut this down, which is probably what I'm going to do. But I'm going to start with the music one because I'm going to do one for Jean and one for Jan in music. Just for some, I'm going to use them for guinea pigs, okay? Basically, I'm going to use them for guinea pigs. So what I want to do first is I probably want to take, let me get one of the sheets here, 8.5 by 11, just so I can kind of basically, if I'm using a 12 by 12, kind of guesstimate where I want to cut. I mean, you could just go for it and cut it down, which I might want to do, or I would probably do. But since I'm trying to show y'all that, you know, some practical steps here, one of the ways to do that is just to put you down or you could even use a sleeve if you wanted to. You could even take the sleeve and see where you want your cards to be. Okay, you can just move, and I know you can't see the little pockets, but then you could just kind of move it around. You could just, if you wanted to, just kind of mark where you want it, okay? I wouldn't go to all this trouble, but, you know. So, for instance, I know that I want this much cut off on this side, and I'm going to cut just the top of it. Two things there just fit, okay? And cut maybe this much off the top, and then from there, cut out my 8.5 by 11, and then I'll trim those down. Okay, so however it's easiest for you. I'm just going to trim it down to, oh, wait, I need 11 here. It's going this way. And I'll trim each one down as well. But for now, I'm just going to get it down to the size of the cardstock, which is 8.5 by 11. Then we'll trim it down with the card. Okay, so they'll have to be trimmed down a little bit more, but I just want to get it down to the size of a sheet of cardstock. All right, so this right here, going to, I don't think so. I think Jan's just going to mix it up. She's just going to, we're going to send in whatever we want, and then Janet will send it to somebody. Janet's the host, so she'll decide who gets what. Yeah, I think Janet's just going to decide who gets what. All right, so now I'm just going to trim these down to my 2.5. And I want, let's see, do I want this side? I think I'm going, yeah, I'm going to go with this side. So I'm going to cut this down to my 2.5, 2.5, and my 2.5. Okay, so this is going to be the photograph on the back. And you'll keep them together so you'll see the photograph. I'm going to put them in the sleeves here in just a minute, so you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, so I'm just going to, I can cut 3 at a time here. So I'm going to cut my excess 1/2 inch off the bottom instead of the top. So here's my 3.5, 3.5, and my 3.5. Okay. All right, so here we go. There's all my cards. Now I'm just going to take my sleeve. Now, if you got a tricky picture, you're going to need to keep track of where you're, you know. I know how they're just stacked one on top of the other, but don't get them confused. You're going to be going. It's going to be like a puzzle. Well, it kind of is anyway, but you know, depending on how elaborate of a picture you have, photograph that is. So I'm just going to take the next one. Actually, this needs to go on the back. Let me take these out. These need to go on the back. Let's see, we're practicing. This is the front of the sleeve. We want the photograph. Is that right? Does she have the photograph on the back? Yeah, the photograph on the back. Okay, so I'm just going by Jan. So I'm going to turn it over and do this again, so that the photograph is on the back of the page. So you can just use a calendar, a scrapbook paper, or your own photograph, whatever. Okay, so let's go that way. Okay, then the next one is going to go here, here, and here, but it's going to have to be coming from the other side. And put it from the back, because the opening is on the front. Okay, so just think it's just like your ATCs, but on the, you know, your artist trading cards or whatever, art cards, ACEOs, whatever. Okay, so it's going to go like that. So I'm going to flip this over so I can put them in from the back. And we're going to do the fish one too. Alrighty. There we go. So there's a picture of the piano. Okay. Did I get that? Oh, that's upside down. Let's put the piano keys right side up, or Jean's going to go, no, no. There we go. All right. So there you can see the photograph of the piano on the back side. There's the punch, the hole punch. So then you got, this is the side we're going to work on to play with different little whatnots. Okay. Yes, Jean will be emailing me, right, Vicki? Okay, so there we go. So that's an easy way to do the back. You can either use a calendar, and it doesn't even have to be your theme. If you know, I mean, if you're just doing about yourself, just put a picture in there you like. I mean, that's what Jan did here on hers. She used a photograph that she took. Okay, and then on the front is where she did all the whatnots, for a better word. All right, so before we get on, let me go ahead and do the other two. I'm going to do another music something, and then I'm going to do a fish one. Maybe we'll send it to JJ after all. Yeah, yeah. So, but just, you got to remember to do it on the back side if you want the front with the, the punch, the whole three ring binder holes. And you want this to be the front and that to be the back. Okay? All right, let's do another one. All right, so now we're going to, and you could keep this for just a scratch or whatever. The other thing I pulled out was Denise gave me this back. She'd borrowed it or wanted it at one time. And she goes, you can have it back. And I don't see her here. She said she might stop in. If you see J. Denise, that's my daughter. I don't see her right now. There she is. Yep, she's here. She has a cold today. So we're hoping she feels better. She gave this back to me. And it's quotes, lyrical quotes for noteworthy moments. And it's like quotes based on songs. So it's a whole quote book on music and songs. So I'm sure we can find something to do. All right, are y'all taking notes? Or are you just going to watch the recording? Remember, you need to be writing down your ideas. Don't make me do this again, people. I'm just kidding. Don't email me. Okay. So I'm going to take another one here, and I'm going to put it on top of the fish to decide where I want my fish. Again, like I said, I could do the fish going like this, which would get the whole more of the fish in it, or I could do it this way so we have a lot of the background showing. I think we'll just go ahead and do the fish swimming. No, because then don't they look like they're dead if they're floating like that? We don't want to look like a dead fish. So let's go ahead and do it this way, even though we're cutting off part of the end of the fish. Because I think when they're like facing up like that, aren't they dead? So we're going to go with it this way. Okay. And just have his face in there. So the other thing here's the other thing that I was going to say. If you want to write this down, here a few ideas to put in the different pockets. Now, I've seen the girls put washi tape, stickers, and die cuts. So right there, that's 3 little ideas that you could put in your pocket pages. And I know you'll think of tons of other things. We all have the little three-dimensional little doodads from, if we've scrapbooked. But I thought another thing that you could do, other than just your letter, okay, and depending on who you're sending it to and all that, you could do a letter in one, a quote in 1 or 2 of the others, and maybe a prayer. If if that person's going through something, then include a little prayer for them, or good wishes or whatever you want to say. But you could put a little. So that would be 3 of your pockets right there, tucked in there: a prayer, a quote, and a little letter. So you don't have to make it so elaborate. Like you don't have to make an autobiography here, people. I have to do an autobiography. But some of the other things you could put in that I saw somebody put candy in one. And then, of course, Jan did, my theme was coffee. She put a tea bag in Barb's. You could put I've seen girls put sequins in things where they'll seal up the thing, or put sequins, or I'm not putting any glitter in anything, sealed or not. But you could put little bags of sequins or glitter, little bags that are sealed bags in the pocket, so that it's not going to go anywhere. Get it out. Don't be sending Janet a bunch of stuff that every time she opens a letter, sequins and glitter goes flying. She'll never host again. Hey, Jeannie, she will never host again. Yeah, fur ephemera, as Paula calls it. Faux ephemera, ephemera that's fake. We call it faux ephemera. Paula, I think, coined that phrase, faux ephemera and fur ephemera. And so that's just some of the ideas. Little pieces of ribbon, little fabric. If you're a stitcher or a sewer, an embroiderer, you don't have to get elaborate, but do things that you would do normally that you'd want to share with somebody. If you have a little piece of something you've embroidered to tuck in there, but don't make it stressful. Make it fun. If it's fun to sew, sew. If it's fun to collage, collage. If it's fun to draw and sketch, then draw and sketch. If you only like to do photographs, just put in photographs. I mean, you know, it's up to you. It's what you like to do. Do not make this stressful. Um, we're sending the letters. You send the, I think you send the letters. Aren't we sending them to Janet? And Janet is swapping them out. Am I wrong? Let me read, because I have not got any emails from Janet as far as any details yet. I guess a mini moon pie? No, I don't know that a mini moon pie would fold up in an envelope. I can't scroll back, Vicki. So if I miss something, please say it again on the details. I thought we sent them to Janet, and Janet swaps them out. Okay, so it's changed. Okay, from what I thought we were going to do. Janet is going to send us the names, and we send them ourselves. Well, that saves us a separate mailing, so that's great. So that's good. Okay, so we're going to send Janet our names and email, and she's going to swap. She's going to tell us another person that we are swapping with. It'll be like a secret pal thing. So like Janet might send me Carrie's name and I would send mine to Carrie. That saves it being sent twice. That's great. That's a great idea. That's a great idea, Janet. Okay, so I hope everybody got that. Yeah. So instead of having to send her a self-addressed stamped envelope with our letter, she's just going to give us the name of the person that we are swapping with. And you can personalize it that way. Okay, that's even better, Janet. So yeah, so if you've not got, and Janet, I know you know I'm in it, but I don't know if you need my email. Carrie, would you give Janet my email, please? So that way you can personalize it. Okay, good. Well, that's the thing, Eileen. When you send Janet your information, you send Janet your address, so that she can send it. So anybody that's in this, now be aware, somebody else is going to get your address. Okay? Okay. All right, Janet. I figured you did. So that way you're only having to send it out once. Janet doesn't have to swap it out and resend it out and swap it out like you do a swap, you know? Okay. There will be no cheating. Yes. Okay, so that's even better. No, Janet's not going to cheat. No, I'm just kidding. So that's what we're going to do. So you just get with Janet. Janet will then turn around and email you back the person that you are going to send to. You don't know who's going to get you. Okay. And by the way, this is not even due, till the end of May? Is that correct, Janet? So you got plenty of time. Plenty of time, people. You get with Jay Merle, Pam. Jay Merrill, who's here. Janet, if you want to put your email in there for the girls, or y'all can private DM her. Don't put your addresses here. Don't put your phone number and addresses out here in the chat. Okay. Just message Janet, who is Jay Merle here. Okay, so let's get back to the practice ones here. Okay, so here's a piano one. Now let me go ahead and do the fish one. So I'm just kind of setting it here. I can either do this, or just kind of, I just know how big I'm going to want this. So I'm going to cut the top off here. All right, and I want it to be, I know I want the whole face there. So let me cut this down to 8.5 for now, just to give myself a little leeway. I know it's a little less than 8.5 by 11. It's like 8.5 by 10 and whatever. Let's just measure to make sure. The actual size of your project will be 8 by 10 and I think 10 and a half. No, 11. Is it 11? Yeah, 11. 11 by 8 is it's plus a little sliver off of it so that they'll fit in the pockets. Okay. All right. So here we go. So this, let me turn this down to 11. Okay. So there's my fishy section. All right, now I'm going to cut this down 2.5. And again, you got unless you want to figure out a puzzle, kind of try to keep it so that you know where all the pieces go. 2.5 and 2.5. Oh, okay. I think I want his little face on there. So I think I'm going to just cut a little off of here. Let's put it there. Even though it won't match up perfectly in the puzzle. 2.5. I'm still going to cut his little mouth down a little. I'm trying to keep his mouth on there, and it's not working out very well. All right. Okay. And I got to kind of slid there on the end. Let me trim it. There we go. Okay. All right. So there we go. There's my fishy, fishy, fishy. All right. So now I'm going to 1, 2, 3. And cut this down to 3.5. There's the top. The middle. And the bottom. There we go. Okay, if you have any questions or anything, put them in caps. This is our practice pocket letters. All right, so again, you want to put it on the back so you can kind of plot it out. Well, let's just put it on here. So you can kind of see. All right, so there's our fish picture. Okay. Now on the back, now remember though, when you're doing it from the back, the opening for these is in the front. So you're going to have to remember that as you're putting them in. Now the top ones here, those are easy enough. They'll just fit right in. Okay. But the middle and bottom ones, you have to do it from the other side because the pocket openings are on the other side, which is not that big of a deal, but just FYI, because you want to put it on the back. Okay. Put it up. And take this. And you just fold that down like that so you can get to it. Pick it up. They're thin. Okay, so I got 2 there, and then this one goes in the back here. You gotta kind of set it down. It's kind of hard to do it in the air. All right, so there's that. The back, bottom 3. There we go. All right, there's our fishy. Okay, so there we go. That's the back of the one. And the calendar page is upside down because I cut the fish upside down. I mean, I didn't want him going facing up like that because it kind of looks like he's floating or something. So anyway, all right, so there's the fish one. Yeah. So like, for instance, like I said, this would be, you know, JJ does saltwater fish, a clownfish. But just so you can give an example of whoever you get, you could customize your photograph to their whatever they like. Okay? All right, so now we're going to go back to, where's the music one that I just did? Here we go. So we got the music one, we got a fish one, and now I'm going to do another music one because I'm going to do another one for Jan. These are just practice ones. All right, so let me go ahead and look through my papers here, my music papers, and see what main photograph I might want. I've got some vellum sheets in there. And like I said, these are just scrapbook papers, but you can use calendars or whatever. Okay, kind of like the violin. That would be a good one. Let's see. This one's kind of cute. I like that because I can just see Jan dancing in the woods with her quails. Now see, look, all these are good for the little fronts of the pockets. And then again, the same thing for this. good for the little front pockets. Cut this kind of stuff up and put that as, you know, on the either black or whatever color I decide, probably the black for this in this case. On the fish one, I'd probably cut some green or some blue cardstock. Okay. Okay, somebody asked me about Prismacolors and it went right off. You could always put them out of order and the recipient has to put the picture back together. You could do that. You could do that, Vicki. Okay, so we'll do the fronts here in a minute. But first I want to do another pocket the photograph. I'm going to use this right here. I want to use this section right here, I think. I don't know. There's some words right there, though. That would probably get, like, cut up in the wrong sequence. Do I want that? Because I do want her. I want this, you know? So let's see here. If I cut the little words up, I wouldn't want to cut a word right smack in the middle, like the word from. I wouldn't want F-R-O-M, you know? So if you're dealing with words on your photograph, you might want to be aware of that. But I do like this. Of course, I can always cover that up with something. Let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? Like, for instance, here's just some music. Okay, that would be good. Or some of those little cards I just had would be good. Or the violin one. This one's good too. I don't know what what musical instruments Jan might play. I just know that Jean said Jan. It's musical too. Okay, so I kind of like that one. What do y'all think? Do we like the half violin as a photograph? Maybe like that. Do we like that? Or do we like the she sings? Okay, well then that one with the singing girl needs to be, I think this is the one that it needs to be then. We'll just have to cover up. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to worry about those words right now. I'm just going to go ahead and plan right where I'm going to put it, and then I'll cover up the words. Okay, so let me just trim this down. To 8 by 11 here. And I'm not going to worry about where the words are. We'll just cover that up. I'm going to trim that down. And 11. Okay. She was in the, oh, that's right. She was in that internet choir thing. Okay, so I'm just going to ignore the words down here. We'll cover those up with some music or something else. Because this is going to be the, you know, like the puzzle thing. You know, we're going to trim this down. Okay, so 2.5. Don't freak out when I cut the girl. She'll be put back together in the puzzle. And 2.5. Okay. Then I want to make sure that I'm going to go from the bottom because I don't want to cut, you know, I want her foot to be there. So we'll go from the bottom. 3.5. 3.5. This is why we're practicing. We're practicing doing these pages. Okay. So from the back, there we go. Or we can always start at the top here. Put the top ones because those are easy just to stick in from the top. So is everybody getting the idea about the photography thing on the... Okay, so this one's going to go... Don't. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over so I can do it over here on the desk. about 20 sleeves. Yeah, they're not very expensive. You get a lot in a pack. You can get them at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, you know, comic book stores, any place you buy trading cards. It's all the same. They're all the same. 9 pocket. Okay, there we go. So there's our girl. Let me put it on there. So, and the words there are partially there. I mean, you know, put a little sticker there or something, or washi tape. Okay, so there we go. So there's the back side of that one. And then again, we'll fill that up. Yeah, well, that's what I thought. I thought we would just do this little practice thing so you could see it's not that hard. It's not that, I don't want to say intimidating, because it's not much different than just doing artist trading cards, except you're doing 9 of them. I don't know. To me, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, you know, if you want to do a photograph like this, you do have to cut it down and kind of figure out, you know, if you want to do a photograph on the back like we're doing here. Okay, so now, and we're going to fill these too, and like I said, I've got all these cut here for the backs, you know, to work on. In other words, like this one might have, you know, let me go ahead and put them in, just for the sake of, okay, so I'm going to put in a black set on the back of this fish one. And then I'm going to use those brown ones on the back of the music ones. And I think the brown with white and gold things would be pretty with the music. The black, white, I mean the craft gold and white would be pretty. Okay, so I'm just sliding those down the back like that. Let me just turn it over here because now I'm on the back side. And I'm going to have to take each one out again when I want to decorate it and all that. But I just want you to see, you can get them ready if you're doing multiples like we are today. There we go. So there's the fishy one. It's ready on the back to put whatever. Yeah, it's like, yeah, but if you're going to do a photograph though, Carrie, you want to get it back in order. Unless you want to do like Vicky and be mean and make the person figure it out themselves. Just kidding. That would kind of be fun, really. It would be fun to put one back together. Right? Okay, so there we go. So that one's ready to decorate. Then I got my 2 music ones here, which on this one, I think I'll do the black on the back of this one too. We can always cut more cardstock. And then I'll do brown on the other, brown and gold on the other one. So these are just some practice ones so that we can all feel like we're not, you know, stressing out over making a couple of, you know, little cards here. And there's plenty, I think I put 2 in there. There's plenty of things on the internet. I'm missing one. I must have put 2 in one of these, but I don't know which one. I gotta cut some more anyway, but I know there's 2 in one of these because I cut the exact same number. There's plenty of things on the internet on these pocket letter things, but I gotta say I saw a couple of them that were pretty elaborate. And I'm thinking, it doesn't have to be that difficult. I mean, you know, it's just like anything else. Any other kind of swap or any other kind of project we do. Some people are going to go way over the top and spend 3 weeks on theirs, which is fine if you want to do it that way. But you shouldn't feel like you have to. All right, let me get a couple more pieces. Here's a piece of black. For some reason, maybe it was in this one. I put 2. I'm trying to see if one's thicker. We'll just cut some more. You know, we shouldn't feel like we can't be in a swap because we're not going to spend 3 weeks on something. You know what I mean, Vern? It needs to be fun. A swap needs to be fun, or don't, you know, or it's not fun, you know, right? Yeah, exactly, Big. It can be whatever, you know, on how much you want to do. All right, so there we go. I'll just take one of these extra ones here. Trying to find where it is. Okay, so there we go. So there's that one. There's that one to start with. And now I'm going to put the brown ones in this one. And again, I'm going to have to take them all back out when I decorate them. But this way you can kind of plan out. You could, you know, kind of say, okay, I want to put a little quote in this one. This is where I want to put my letter. So that as you're decorating them or adding things to it, you'll know which one is which. And that's why I think little Post-it notes are handy for this kind of thing. If you want, or, you know, or maybe you just, it doesn't really matter which one is which, but I'm just going to kind of give you an example of, you know, what I'm thinking might be an easy way to do it. Okay. I'm going to have to go get some hot coffee though in a minute. But anyway, okay, so here we go. So I got my little Post-it notes. Let me get a big Sharpie so y'all can see. But like, all right, so we know we're going to want a letter, and that doesn't have to be a tome. It doesn't have to be a, it doesn't have to be your biography. You know, it doesn't have to be that elaborate. But let's say you might want your letter in the middle. Then let's say you might want a quote. You might want, and this can be either on the thing or tucked inside. And I'm also going to do this because I saw a couple of people glue things on the outside. So maybe you want a piece of washi tape on the outside of that. So it gives you like another layer, you know. It's however you want. I'm going to play here today. I have no plans. I did not plan out what's going inside any of these pockets other than to think about a quote, a letter, and maybe a prayer, depending on who you're sending it to, you know, because people go through a lot, you know. Then I might want, let's say I might want some little washi. You know, you could use little, those little let's see, do I have any right here? Like these. Here we go. I got two sitting right here. Like I sent Carrie and Jeannie some washi tape samples. These little plastics, but you know, you could cut down a old gift card. It's just a piece of plastic. But then you might want to put some washi strips inside there. You want to send somebody a little washi sample. Okay, so I'm just going to tuck these in there for now because I know I'm going to want to do that. Okay. So maybe some stickers. You got some old stickers with fish on them or music on them or whatever. Maybe some die cuts, or, you know, whether they're cut on a machine or just, you know, cut. And when I'm saying die cuts, I should say, let's just call it cutouts, because I'm not even saying that you have to have a die cut machine. For instance, when I'm going to do Mystery Carol's little thing here in a minute, which I still have to cut that up. Where's her? Here it is. When I do Mystery Carol's, look, I found this piece of scrapbook paper. I'm going to cut these butterflies out, okay? So when I say, I shouldn't have said die cuts. That could be die cuts or cutouts. Let's put it that way, okay? I'm going to cut these, fussy cut these out for her pocket page thing, okay? So cutouts, die cuts, whichever. Maybe some, and this is just some ideas. You don't have to do this, you know, maybe some fabric or ribbon pieces or whatever you have. I'm just throwing out some ideas. Maybe a candy, a tea bag, or something like that. You know, maybe not. I don't know. You know, I'm just giving some ideas. Or maybe if you want to do something like small things, like little, I don't know if it wants to be like, I'll just write down small items or like a little sequins or something like that. But make sure if you do that kind of thing, you tape it shut. Tape it shut, people. Do not send an envelope that when they open it up, there's going to be glitter everywhere. Yeah, if you're going to send confetti, seal that baby up good. Or put them in the little tiny little bags, the little jewelry bags, or the little, the little Ziploc bags you get with a button on your clothes on the tag. You'll have a little bag there with the extra button in it. Use that or something and seal it well. Glue it shut. Glue it shut. Yeah. Okay, so there you go. There's just some ideas. I don't know that I'll use all these in every one, but that's just, whatever. Instead of cutouts, it could be scraps. Instead of prayer, you could have two quotes. You could have a quote and a quote, or however. And it doesn't have to be in this order. This is just an idea. Okay, any questions? Bueller. Okay, so yeah, let me go ahead while I'm cutting up things into size. This is the paper that I got here. This one right here. I probably somewhere have a calendar with a butterfly, but I was just thinking I'd cut up this scrapbook paper if I can get it to, let me get another sleeve, if I can get it to fit, decently. This side right here, or this side. This side right here would be great for the page. And then I'll have an extra butterfly over here. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this down to the 8. And I might just have to go right along the edge here. Let's just cut this right down there. Trim this side off to the 8. Just a little sliver off to that side. And then 11. So let's cut a tiny bit off the top and a tiny bit off the bottom to make it 8 by 11. Okay, so there, this will fit in my butterfly carol. And then I've got this extra butterfly and a little flower there that I can cut out and put in her pocket page. Okay. Oh, wait, I gotta cut this out. All right, so now I'm going to cut this 2.5. 2.5. And this down just to 2.5 here. Okay, so there's my 1, 2, 3. Three and a half. Make sure if you've got a certain picture that you want to use, test it out before you cut it down to make sure that each one's going to fit. Because you are trimming off about a 1/2 inch off either the top or the bottom, and a 1/2 inch, or well, actually, depending on the size of your paper. So you want to make sure that your pocket, that it's going to cut right for your pocket page and for the and on the back side. All right, so let me go ahead and put these in here. This at the top. So this will be my one for Mystery Carol. And again, if y'all are just joining us, if y'all know Mystery Carol, we sent her a bunch of butterflies. She calls us her butterfly girls. And so if you want to send Mystery Carol, let me just lay this out. If you want to send Mystery Carol something butterfly related, it could be a card, even if it's just a bought store card with a butterfly, All right, so let's do this here. I got to go from the back. And send it to me, and I'm going to make a package of butterfly stuff to send to Mystery Carol. So I'll give it a couple weeks. So, do it by the mid-April, okay? Get it to me by, the end of the middle of April so I can get it to her. I don't want to wait more than a couple weeks to send it to her, So there we go. So there's a Mystery Carol pocket page of butterflies. Okay, and again, I can cut this one out. I'm going to fussy cut these out. I'll find a butterfly quote, I'll put a little prayer, I'll put, different little trinkets or whatever, and I'll include that. The other thing too that I saw that might be make it a little fun and something easy to do is when you fold them up to send, to put a little piece of ribbon around it, or a little washi tape, or a little piece of, let me see, let me get over here and see. Okay, let me see if I can reach this. I don't want to, I'm sure I'm going to bump the camera, but hang on. some little pretty piece of ribbon or something around it. Now don't get it too bulky, because if you get it too bulky, you're going to pay extra postage. So like I just got this half a piece of ribbon here, or this, I don't know, where's the end? Where's the end of this thing? I'm pulling it off of my ribbon hanger thing. But something like this, just keeping it flat, because you're going to want to put it in the envelope, but just putting a little piece of something like this around your pocket page to close it would be a nice touch. Just like you're wrapping a present or something, something like that. And a little sticker or something, that would be pretty. And when they took it out of the envelope, because remember, you want this to fit. You can get quite a bit of bulk in there. You can get quite a bit of bulk in here. But remember, when you mail it to whoever, I would, just me personally, put at least 3 stamps. 2 would probably work, but I'm all about, when you're doing a swap, I'd rather put 1 extra stamp on there just in case. Okay, and also, I don't know if Janet needs to know if you're willing to do international. I'm willing to do international. So Janet, if you're still here, you might want to let Janet know, because that's going to cost more. It'll probably cost, maybe 3, I don't know, maybe 4 stamps, or, whatever. But if you're not willing to do the extra couple of stamps, let Janet know if you do not want to do international. I will do international. Okay, so there's that as well. So if if you're not willing to ship to Canada, which is only a couple extra stamps, an extra stamp or 2, but the idea is to make it fit. Let me get the envelope. The idea is to have it fit in a business size envelope like this. I don't know what that's called, A4, 5, whatever it's called. I don't know what that's called. We just call it a business size envelope. And Janet, if there's anything else that I need to announce to the group for the swap, let me know so I can announce it. That entails cheating. Oh yeah, because Janet's going to pick out of the hat. Yeah, I don't think most people would mind putting, instead of 3 stamps, 4 stamps, because it's probably only going to be 1 more stamp, even to UK. It's probably only going to be 4 stamps. But if you absolutely do not want to do Canada or UK, or like if Pavla joins, any EU or anything else, if you absolutely do not want to do international, just let her know. Otherwise, I don't think most of us mind putting 1 extra stamp for a international person. Okay, but do you see how there's a little bit of an extra right there where the rings are? So it just fits perfectly. And you can get quite a bit of bulk, but make sure you have enough postage. You don't want yours coming back to you and having to send it again. It's better to go have it, a different post office. If you get over, any kind of, if you have a charm in there, if you have a metal charm in there, you're going to pay a package rate. More than likely. So it's probably best if you take it down the post office and spend the, $1 extra, whatever. Yeah, you have hand stamp if it's got bulky stuff in there. So just FYI, people, make sure you, are careful about sending you're only doing 1. You're only doing 1 swap. It's a one-on-one, 1-to-1 person. So make sure that your post office is going to hand cancel whatever package rate. If it gets too bulky, they're going to charge you for a package. Okay? So just saying. But if you don't get it too thick, just like this with a couple of extra doolollies, flat, cutouts or stickers or something like that, it's going to be fine like that. But if you start bulking it up with charms and candy bars and moon pies, a moon pie in there, that's going to bulk it up. Okay. So again, if you're just getting here and if you're watching the recording, just bear with us. We're repeating a lot of things. So anyway, if you're just coming in and you want to be a part of, Jay Merle is hosting it. You send her your information and she will send you the information of one person. Do not tell who you got. It's a secret. It's going to be a secret swap, say, but it's not even due till I think the end of May, you know. Janet will, as I see the information, I'll announce it to you guys. Okay, so she's the one hosting out the swapping of the people and all that. Then you can customize it to that person if you so desire. Yeah, metal clips, like Xander just said, if you put metal anything in there, paper clips, anything like that, it's going to cost more. So just be aware. But it shouldn't cost more, at the most $3, I would think. So we're not sending it priority envelopes here. We're just, but it might be a package rate if you get it bulky. Okay. So now let's go back to, again, I'm probably not going to work on Carol's right now. I just wanted y'all to see that I'm going to do a butterfly theme for her. I'm going to hand cut things out for the butterfly. And so, and find a appropriate quote, because this one, I don't want hers to be a practice one. I mean, I want hers to be a real letter one. These other ones I'm doing, Jean, Jan, and JJ, say that 3 times. They're my practice ones. So they're getting practice ones. I know, you got the best post office ever, Eileen. Eileen's got a post office it's like a little mini mall. It's like a little store. I just have a restaurant and everything in there. Okay, so there we go, guys. So before I get into putting some things in here, in these 3 that I've already, we're practicing on, let me move some of this. I'm going to find a quote. I'm going to go downstairs and get some coffee, and then I'll BRB. Oh, you know what? Denise gave me this. Let me see where I can. I loved it, and I didn't think about it when she gave it to me, what I would use it for. Now, let me see if I can find the pen, though. Uh-oh. Hang on, I might not be able to do this right now after all. Oh, yeah. One moment, please. Well, rats. I'm going to have to dig around for it. Wait, is that it? No. I forgot what color it was, so it's hard to find. Okay, well, I can't do it then. But she gave me a dry erase board and a dry erase marker, but I'm not finding my marker right now. I was going to do BRB on the dry erase. We have to use that special dry erase marker on here, otherwise it won't erase. Anyway, so I'm going to put this right here. This means oh, until I can find my dry erase marker. There we go. I'm sorry, I can't find it. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Let me get some hot coffee. Okay, a couple other things too while I'm doing these is, I know I'm not going to do the official one. I'm going to stick with the music for the moment because I'm going to do 2 at a time here. Sorry for the squeaky chair, guys. Catch my breath a minute. Is I've not pulled out anything. So you're going to see me flipping through some stickers, maybe stamping something. I don't know. Like I said, these are my practice ones, but it's not much different to me than just doing ATCs with themes. Okay, kind of a theme type thing, and personalized a little bit. like, you know, if you're sending it to a specific person, you're trying to be, you're trying to do a specific to them. Okay, so the first thing, and here's just some of my ideas. Like I said, some fabric, ribbon, some small items. These are the things that you're going to, you know, can tuck in between or on top of your little pockets. So in other words, like I might want to decorate, let me just take out, let's just take out 3 of these. Oh, no, I'm going to have to get something. Let's work on this because you're not going to see it on my black on black here. Okay, so I might take out, let's just do 3 at a time, just for practice. Again, guys, you know, I'm not sure exactly what sequence I would do it in if I was just doing it myself. But I'm just going to take 3 of them out of the music pack here. Let's kind of put it so you can kind of see. And go back to that sheet that I had here with all the, like this. All right, so I got all these, and I'd probably fussy cut some of them out. For instance, on jeans, I'd want this one with the piano, because I know Jean plays the piano. If there's bagpipes on here, I'd put bagpipes too. Now, this could also be, I could use this to tuck inside, but you know, with a whole bunch of these, because I'm going to cut a bunch of these out between Jan and Jean. I'd cut these out. Some of them might be tucked in between. They could be tucked in between the little pockets or use them to decorate the actual page. Okay? Are we still good here? If I start rambling and I lose you, let me know. Some people have also done pop dots and made different layers, and that's fine. Just remember, you're going to have to pay for any, you know, extra bulk. All right. So let's see here. Do I have some music washi right off? I don't know if I got music washi. I thought I had some music washi. I'm just going to look here in my washi tapes. I got maps and every other kind. Letters. Let's see. I don't know if I have anything with music on it. Let's look up here. Clips. Oh, here's some. Okay, so I might take a little bit of this. Let me get it off there. Whoops, I tore it. Hang on. You know, sometimes it catches on the edge. There we go. All right, so I'm going to pull off some of this washi tape. Okay, so what I might do is a couple different things. Where's my, I know I stuck one. Here we go. So I'm going to maybe do one. I'll put some little music washi tape. Hang on, I know you can't see, but I got to kind of get this lined up by my face so I can see it. Okay, so I'm going to wrap some washi tape, the music washi tape, around one of these little embroidery floss plastic cards. You could cut down a gift card. Do the same thing, just to have something plastic. I'm going to trim that off neatly. So there's a little washi tape with music on it. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to glue this one on here. But maybe I want a little bit of, let me just do this. I'll show you. Maybe I want a little, just around the card, a little piece of washi tape before I glued on the card. And I'm going to get my Eileen's tacky here. Remember, these are my Jean and Jan are getting practice ones. Okay. So again, I like my stuff to be laid down flat. So, and you could use double-sided tape, whatever you have, whatever you want to use. I'm just using my Eileen's tacky. Kind of put it on there. So there we got a little card like that. And you can get more elaborate. You know, I could glossy accent that and let it sit aside and dry. You know, put some little whatever, but just so you can kind of see, you're making these little, and the pocket idea is, so now Like right here, let's just say I put that one there, and then I put this little piece of washi music in between. So in between the photograph and the little thing I just made, I might slip that down. Or one other thing, because I'm using this little, what do you call it, embroidery floss thing. Let's get some thread. So I have my little trays of, here's some brown and cream. Let's get some of this. Just set that over there. I don't want the glare of the baggie there, but so I might take some of this little washi tape, this little twine. Let's just put a little piece of twine through that. Write down these ideas, people. You don't have to use my same ideas, but they're ideas to get you inspired, different things to try. Okay, so there, I've got a little washi tape on an embroidery floss with just a little bit of that tag in there. And so now when I tuck it in there, I can have that little piece of string. Let's see, put it in, make sure it's in between. I can have that little string hanging out. So you might know that there's something in there. Okay, so that you can pull that out. See? And that's pretty simple, isn't it? Yeah. So you can just tuck that down in there and just have that kind of hanging out. Now I have seen people, let me get my stickers out. Here's another place where you can use up all those stickers that we've collected up and just never used, because stickers went out of fashion for so long until, what do you call it, Project Life came back around. When Project Life, I shouldn't say back around, when Project Life came out, everybody started using little stickers again on their Project Life cards. We used to use stickers a lot in little, German scrap cuts and all that on our ATCs years ago. I went back through some of my ATCs. I was doing all the swaps in 2005 through 5, 6, 7, and 8. For 4 years, I did all those swaps, like just tons of them. And so it's fun if you want to look back at your ATC collections, if you were ever in any swaps, and just get more ideas. You'll get more ideas from your old ATCs than you ever thought you would. And stickers being one of them. Okay, so let me get some of my stickers out here. Same thing for rub-ons, stickers. I got these. Denise just gave me some of these Easter ones back. What else do I have here? Okay, so here's one of them. Pull this out. Hang on, guys. I'm coming back in just a minute. Your letters, like, okay, let me pull this out to show. I'm going to try to show you some different ideas here of things to use, okay? So you can use up all those old things that you think, when am I ever going to use that on? And I'm going to show you, what is this out. Okay. I'm getting all these ideas out. I'm making a big mess just so I can help you guys. All right, here we go. All right. Oh, I can't even get it all at one whack here. All right. Okay, so here we go. Here are ideas for your cards. Let me put these two here. I don't want to lose those. Okay, all right. Are y'all writing ideas down? Okay, so here we go. I got a whole lap full of stuff right here to show you things that you can use. It works in Project Life, and I know there's a glare there. It works in Project Life, and it works on this. Okay, it's the same kind of stuff. What Paula doing? Ho-ho, Paula, ho-ho. All right, here we go. Ho-ho. All right, so Denise gave me these, we all have these little kid stickers. Here's some Easter ones that she gave me when she gave me that. It's funny, Denise and I will give each other stuff back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, thanks, Vicki. Thanks, Vicki. I'm gonna have to do a gator I gave her one for Vicky. Okay, well, anyway, so these little kid stickers, if you, they're always got the cutest little things, even if they're not like the little hearts right there. Those little hearts could be good for things. So I'm going to show you some sample things, okay? So I'm not going to necessarily use all this I'm getting ready to show you on this particular page, but I just want you to see some ideas. So you got those kind of stickers, which I've got tons of those. This is the Halloween ones that I got in those grab bags. And then look at the little, you could cut those sticks down and put that kind of stuff in here. Here's bats. If you're going to do, whatever theme, you got all kinds of themes. The stickers come in every kind of theme imaginable. All right, let me get my other ones here. So these, I think some of these I even got it, Denise actually got them at yard sales for me. Tiny little stickers like these. Okay, y'all have all seen these kind of things. These tiny little stickers that are, I forget, not Melissa Francis. They're probably all different. Mrs. Grossman, I mean, for goodness sake, how old are those? But you know what I mean? What I'm saying is in here, I probably have, oh, there's some rulers. We need to get crack-a-lackin'. I probably have some music note things or something like that in here. So I got tons of these little stickers like this. And I'm sure you guys probably do too. Yes. Y'all made me go back and buy more of those grab bags. I need to pull those out. I'm going to pull those out later if I think about it. Oh, the sun's coming out. It's nice. And show you some of the stuff I still have left over from those grab bags. Okay. Well, buy a couple new packs and they're like 50 cents, right? So there's that kind of thing. All these little tiny type of stickers. All right. There's that. Then you also have these kind of stickers from our scrapbooking days, which are these tiny type letters, this kind of thing. And these are the kind of things. Now, granted, if I was going to stick these on the outside pocket, on the outside here, like if I wanted to put, music right here, I would glue it. I don't trust sticker sticky. Hang on, guys. I froze for just a second with some incoming mail. I know y'all can still hear me, but my screen froze for a second. I would be gluing these down. If you're going to put anything on the top, whether it be glitter stickers or just plain stickers, like if I wrote Jean's name here or something like that in stickers, these tiny ones, I will glue them because I don't trust that the sticky on the sticker is going to stay on the outside of one of these pockets. Especially if you start collecting these and putting them in a notebook, they're going to fall off. Just saying, you want them to either be on the inside, on the tucked in pocket, or glue on the outside. So think about using these kind of stickers. They have all these little words on them, cutie and banner and brother and sister and cupcake and surprise with a question mark. That's kind of cute. I think I'll do that. But again, I don't trust, it's pretty sticky now, but I don't trust it. So if I'm going to stick something on the outside, I'm going to add my extra Eileen's Tacky. So we're just going to put a little surprise on the outside right there. Okay, so I just glued that little sticker on the outside of the pocket. All right, how we doing? Yeah. Okay, so there are these kind of stickers to use from your scrapbooking day. Remember these? Okay, well, let's do this first, I think. Okay, then I have this whole pack of Tim Holtz Ideology salvage stickers. Now, I'm not sure that's going to fit with this theme here. Maybe there's something musical in here. I don't know. But look at all these kind of stickers. These kind of stickers, there's some butterflies that would work good for Mystery Carols. Butterfly thing I want to do. Although I think those are moths. I think I would color those in to make them look like butterflies. But, you got these kind of stickers, okay, that are, the more elaborate scrapbook stickers. But we may not use them for a long time. So let's pull those out and use some of that. Okay. Again, more Halloween stuff. I got all these Halloween stickers from those grab bags. All this stuff came in those grab bags for $2. Big, huge bags full of stuff at Michael's for $2 a bag. But look at all this kind of stuff. So you got, and it doesn't, I'm just showing you these because I have a stack of them. But you might have a stack of, Valentine, Christmas, whatever. If I did something for Linda, I would be taking out those little spider webs. All right. Then we also have things like, if you've had kids around, I've got these my big book of action stickers. Okay, there's just all kinds of planes, there's hot air balloons, there's wild animals, there's going to be all kinds of things in these kids' books. If you've got any kids' coloring books, sticker books, I'm sure if you're around any kind of kids at all, you're going to have this kind of stuff. Where's our homeschooling Carol? Is she still here? Yeah, Carol. Carol would probably have tons of this stuff around, or her kids. If you good girls that are watching, try this idea out with a pocket. Some making some little art cards, and it doesn't even have to be 9 of them. You could just start with making one. We call them artist trading cards, or ATCs, artist trading cards. Yeah. So, if you girls that are watching, just get some, little pieces of card. You can even cut up old greeting cards. It can be anything. You can cut it up and decorate it. But these old, sticker books like this, pieces of ribbon, twine, string, so there we go. There's a bunch of fish. So there we go. Look, there's a little clownfish right there. So I'm good with JJ's. I'm going to put this over here with my JJ practice page because I know that there's stickers in there I can use for her. Okay, then I just pulled out a whole bunch of stuff to show you ideas. This was an Anna Griffin thing that I bought in a kit thing. I think it's Anna Griffin. Years ago, and they're the punch outs. So I'm sure we all have a lot of these leftover punch outs. They were before die cutting machines, or pretty much, So you've got all these kind of things that you don't even have to use the whole thing. You could just use one of the little one of the little flowers. So these kind of things. Little tags. This one has a happy anniversary, but they could be all kinds of things, or you could even just use the backs. Okay, I'm punching these out now so I can throw this away because I don't need any more of this because I have a die cutting machine, so I don't need stencils and stuff like that. But so anyway, this is another good thing to use up if you have this kind of stuff left over. Yeah, exactly, Carrie. So, your kid, kids' Valentines, there's just so much of this stuff that we have and use and have bought for different projects. This is the time to use that stuff up, is on these, to me, they're just ATCs with the pocket, with the extra goodies in them. So, they're calling them pocket letters. Okay, so there we go. You can use that kind of stuff up. I'm just going to finish punching these out while I'm reading chat. Now that I've already started, I might want to finish punching all these out. So this is another thing you can use on these cards, on your pocket letters, or just if you're just doing ATC swaps. A lot of people still do ATC swaps. I quit doing it because I got burned out on so many years of it. But and you can do hand-drawn. You can do your own drawings if you like to draw. Maybe one of your little pockets could have a hand-drawn something, or hand-painted, or collage. I could put, I could always add one of my little collage cards in it. It's just whatever medium you like to work in, you can add that to it. Okay, so I punched all those out. Okay. You have the Epson Artesian. No, it's the Epson Artesian. I don't know if it's 835 or 9 something. I'll have to go down and look. I forgot. I get that and my camera number mixed up. Um, Hang on, Gene. I'll go look for you. My camera is the Logitech C930E, and I get the number mixed up with my printer. Hang on, let me go look. Yes, Gina, it's the Artesian 837. You're right. That's what it is. Okay. Hey, Cat. Okay. So you can use that kind of stuff. Again, let's see what we got in here. Okay, there's all kinds of, this type of thing. I keep a bag of that right here because I use it. The reinforcers, these kind of things. They're all little, your little Martha Stewart. By the way, someone said, I saw it online somewhere, that all the Martha Stewart is clearanced out at Michael's. I haven't been since they clearanced it out, but hang on, catch my breath. But if you know of any Martha Stewart products that you really like, apparently they're clearancing them out at Michael's. So these all kinds of little stickers. If you do any of the Hobonichi, any of that stuff, you got all these kind of little things. You got that. You got your washi tape. I still have some of these. Denise bought me some more of these when they went on clearance. These little smash book cards. These are cute to use. You could use these. What else do I have in here? More tags. All kinds. Well, you got all kinds of tags. Here's some little coffee and donut stickers. We'll have to use those. Coffee and donut stickers. What else? Little pieces of mesh. Look at these tiny little bird cages. What else in here? These kind of strip stickers. Then I got some of these smash book type. Again, there's some butterflies there. That'll work in Carol's. So I'm going to pull that out for Carol's butterfly thing. Got these even some old crows. And then all these little scrapbook things, like these basic grade clippings. Some more of these faux postage. There's a butterfly on that. I'll pull that out. What else do I have in here? This is just little odds and ends. Those little things you don't know where to put them. Rub-ons. Okay, old rub-ons. We all have some of those laying around. There's some more stickers with patriotic. These are from 4th of July set. What else is in here? I don't even know what stickers those are. Golf ball. Oh, sports. There's a hockey. There's a football, basketball, baseball, bowling, and golf. Little character stickers. And you get this kind of stuff in the mail, Here's some here's some leads. So this kind of stuff, it'd be fun for, there's some Valentine. These are some old, Paula will recognize these. Look at these are cute, little hearts. Might use some of those. Look at these little tiny, tiny heart stickers. Might use some of those. Okay, so I'm pulling out some of those to use. I'm not going to be using these flowers right now because it's not my theme. I'm using music, fish, and butterflies. All right, so there's that kind of stuff to use. What else do I have here? I had something else pulled out here. Okay, I got 2 more packs of all kinds of sticker things in here. I have no idea what's in here. No hearts for Jean. Yeah, Jean doesn't, she's not a Valentine heart person. We'll put those over with the butterfly kisses. Maybe coffee and donuts for everybody. Okay, so these, I got these bins, and they hold up okay. They're those like cheap accordion type bins or file folders at Target for $1 or something. So I don't even know, but I got a pink one and a blue one. I don't even know what's in here. Let's take a peek, shall we? Okay, so in this one I got, oh, it looks like a whole thing of rub-ons. So this looks like all scrapbook rub-ons. Maybe some stickers in there? No. Well, a few, oh, alphabets. This is alphabet stickers and rub-ons. So tons of stickers and rub-ons. I mean, everything from the little kid kind of alphabets to the more elaborate ones like these. They're flat, but they're glitter, faux glitter, I should say. It's not like, I don't like the kind of stuff where the glitter falls off. Those kind of stickers. So this is all alphabets, pretty much all alphabets. Although I see a few other things. Look, y'all, I know y'all recognize, look how old are those, Paula? Is Paula still here? Look, how old are those, Paula? Okay, so I'm trying to give y'all some ideas to use on these pocket letter things. Okay, let's see what's in this other pink one now. Oh, great, lovely, more tiny stickers. More of the little stickers. Look, all kinds of tiny stickers in here. Mrs. Grossman would be proud, wouldn't she? Y'all don't know who she is. She's the sticker lady from, well, the sticker company from way. Sorry, guys. I got my thing hung up on the camera. So again, all kinds of tiny, tons of little stickers. Okay. I will repeat myself. If there is a zombie apocalypse and all of our craft stuff gets eaten, Dee Dee will be able to provide all of us with craft and art stuff. So yeah, so again, we have tons. I mean, I still have some, look, some of these birdhouse ones. These are the Marjol Bastine collection. But look, guys, I mean, right there's some music ones, right there. Look. If we don't have stickers, I don't know it. I don't know what to say. We've got stickers, stickers, and more stickers. Okay, so there we go. So there is that option. I know I had another music one in there. Oh, some paintbrush. Oh, that's some paste and glue. What I need, Carol. Are you still here, Carol? Yeah, Carol Burkett. Carol, if your girls that you're homeschooling need any, you know, something, let me know. I will send you or you might have as much as I do and you don't need anything. I mean, you know, but let me know if you need some stuff for the girls to play with, and let me know and we'll send them out. Okay, email me if you need something for the girls. Okay, so there we go. So yeah, tons of these little stickers and things to play with. Oh, look, hockey. I don't even know. I think Denise got these in a bundle at a yard sale, some of these for me. Oh, look at this. We got a plane and an Amish cart. A little of everything. A little of everything. I know, aren't they adorable? So let's see. We got some little... Okay, enough of that for now. I just wanted to give y'all some ideas for that. The other thing, too, is I'm going to use for, I'm going to do the fish one for JJ, is look at the back of the calendar. Look at all these tiny little cards. If you cut these out, look we have plenty of little fish things to put on the fronts of the cards. So look at the backs of your calendars and think about if you have a themed something that you're doing for somebody. Look at all those. Just cut them out, even if you just cut the actual fish out or just cut the little cards down. Where's my scissors? Cut the little cards down to put on top of another card. You know, on top of another little card. Maybe some orange ribbon, like here we go. Take some of this, put a couple twines of that around there. This. Cut this down a little better. Maybe I would want to pop dot that up on there. There you go. See? So that can go in JJ's little pocket page, pocket letter page. Something that simple. Maybe put some little white let's see, I have a pencil here. I don't see my pen. But you could put little white, some little bubbles. See? I know it's right. It's just so quick and adorable. All right, so there's that kind of thing. All right, so I think I've started giving y'all some things to think about because you just use all the supplies you already have. I mean, here's a piece of lace sitting here. That would be pretty to me with maybe some on the music. That would be kind of lovely. Let's put a piece of... Maybe like this, maybe turn it into a little pocket. Let's see here. Let me just kind of, we'll tape that down. Let me get some double-sided tape because that doesn't show. Let's see. I know it's hard to see the black on black cards here. But, okay, so we have a little crooked, a little lace pocket there, which I would then probably put a piece of washi tape on the back so that it doesn't come up. Let's see. Okay, then in the little pocket, we could add some, where's my little music thing? Here we go. Go back to this sheet here. Find a couple of cute little somethings. Maybe that little quote. Maybe this one here with the music. No, that one, I need to put that on the front. Let's see, here's something. Music is love. What's this one say? This one just says music. I think I want that on the front too. Let's just do another one of these. Well, let's do this one because it's a different color. Here in the middle. Okay. So I can stick a couple little music things in there. So just little things like this. See how simple? Doesn't have to be, you know, with maybe a little piece of gold, something else in there. I don't have my, you know, we need to get out the embellishments. So, hey, Bunny, and who else has come in? Anybody else popped in? Jeannie, hey, Jeannie. So we got any questions or anything? How are we doing so far? Did you get some ideas? Okay, so like this. Now, if you put things on the side, you are going to have to, either cut it down just a little, or you're going to have to kind of fold it to get in the pocket, because any little bulk on the sides will add, is going to add just enough to maybe make it a little tough to get in there. So you either have to cut that down or kind of fold and push it in there, because your cards, it will add a little, just enough to kind of get it a little tough to tuck in. All right, so we got a couple of things there. And again, you know, I said you could put a quote, you could put a poem, you could put a little prayer, you could put a little whatever, some stickers tucked in there, some, you know, like when I do the butterfly one or the fishy one for JJ and Mystery Carol, they're going to have little butterflies tucked in there that I've cut out. So, and then remember, you got the pocket in between your photographed picture and your whatever on your card. You got a little pocket in there. You can tuck things in, you know? Okay. So any questions, or what we thinking right yet? I'm just looking through here, looking around, seeing what else we could add. Talking about different kinds of glue. So yeah, these are some of the ideas that we talked about. You know, this is the other music one. Okay, so anybody else want to add some ideas and talk about, you know, what else? We could draw, you know, I'm thinking, I'd like maybe some gold on some of this. You know, maybe outline some of these with gold and put a little thing in there, because, you know, it's got kind of the gold theme going on. Let's do another, let's see, do I have another one sitting here? Here. I used that one on JJ's here. Let's do another, let's do a couple more. Let's put this under here so you can see. Let's do a couple more with just some of these items on it. Like the one that says, where's that one that said music is love? Here we go. Or just this one that says music. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that little tag out, or little cutout. And so you can go on there like this. But we could put gold pen work on there. Where's my gold pen? Let's see. There's one right there, gold. So we can glue this on here. And you could pop dot it if you want, but remember, if you put bulk on there, you're going to have to pay a little more for the bulk. And if y'all want, you know, more elaborate ideas, they're out there. They're out there on YouTube. Just look for more elaborate, I mean, just do a pocket letter search and you'll find thousands. Well, thousands. You probably find hundreds. I guess there's not that many yet, but they're getting there. Okay, so maybe we want to do just a little gold. Doodles or something. You could do some Zentangle. If you're a Zentangler, do some Zentangling. Maybe we just want to do some little whoop-de-whoops, some little swoop-de-swoops. And I'm going to put a little heart on there, even though Jean doesn't do hearts. I'm going to draw a little heart. Just do little doodles. You know, just play like that. Maybe another little heart up there. Another little swirly thing. But if you're a Zentangler, you could put more. more specific Zentangling types things. Little gold pen. Yeah, well, that was the other thing I said. I might pull out my stamps too, Vicky. I guess I could pull some stamps out. But anyway, so there's something like that. And remember, you can tuck things in between. You know, put some die cuts in there, some some leftover stickers or die cuts or whatever, in between. Some more the little washi tape roll like this, like we did there with the little washi tape with the little string tucked in behind, in between with the string hanging out so you know that it's back there. There are so many possibilities. So I'm just saying, it doesn't have to be complicated or elaborate or like, you don't have to be afraid. I think my camera's crooked because when I bumped it. You don't have to be afraid to, just use some of your supplies and things. And again, these are just a few of the ideas. There's tons out there online. But since we're all doing a swap, and again, let me say again, if you just came in, get in touch with Jay Merrill, who's here. If you're in our Ustream group, and she'll swap one-on-one somebody else's address, and it's a secret who you get, so you can adapt your theme to that person, and if you want, or just do whatever. And then when we do the swap, I think it has to be done by the end of May or something, so you got plenty of time. Hi, Dar. And then yeah, just have fun and play with it. Okay, so like for instance with this one with JJ with the little fishy here, you could do I could add some orange twine to this instead of washi tape, or I can find some orange washi tape too. And so just do some of this. Again, remember, you have to pay a little more if you get it bulked up. Just tuck it in there, and then this could be with one of the, do a little string holder thing like this. And then this could be tucked in behind the little fish. Let me put like this. Let me glue this down. Hang on. I don't have my tacky glue sitting in my jar like I should. Put this down here. Glue the little fish. Let me get that JJ page. Where is it? There we go. So here's the one we're doing with the fish. Okay, then on the back here, let's take one of these out because I'm just, same thing. Put the little fish in there. Put the little orange twine in there. Have that hanging out, and there you go. Okay, hey cheeky girl. Anybody else popping in? So there we go, guys. That's just a few little ideas you can do with a themed pocket letter. This one's the music one. I'm going to do one for Jean and one for Jan. So, oh yeah, stamps. Let me move this thread off the way here. Oh, got the piles going behind me here. Got the piles. All right, let's see if I can get to my stamps. Don't know if I can get to them. Oh, I got more, I got these kind of stickers that I don't even know where we got these. Denise will have to tell me. These kind of stickers on a roll. Kid stickers on a roll. Yeah, this kind of stuff. Carol Burkett, email me. Okay, rub-ons. Got, all kinds of rub-on stickers, like this kind of stickers. I just cleaned up my room. It's a mess again. It's a mess. Okay, here's my stencils. Let me move those out of the way. So my stamps, I'm just going to pull out a handful just so I can show you how I have them. How I have my stamps are like in those drawers, Carrie, like, you know, we're talking about those empty drawer, plastic drawers. Well, that's how I store my stamps now, except for a few you've seen up on the wall there in my printer tray. I have probably, I don't know, maybe 50 small ones up there that are still wood mounted. But most of my stamps I've demounted off of wood, and then also my acrylic stamps. And this is how I store them. In these pocket and sleeves like this. Then they just stand up in those drawers in one of those plastic bins, and I can flip. So I just pulled a handful out here so you can see what I mean. So then they're standing up like this, and I can just flip through my stamps to pick out the ones that I want. I can see them all, and they're front and back. So you get a lot in one page protector, you know? See, these are those, they were wood mounted at one time. Oh, look what I just came across, people. A music stamp. Oh, there's another one. Look, another music one. All right, so let's do something with those two. But that's how I have them. It's just easy. Sometimes they slide down. You put them in the pocket things. I mean, some of them are the acrylic, but that's just easier for me. Yeah, those old drawers, exactly. The plastic drawers, Carrie. This is perfect for those. Okay, I don't have any spots. Put those right there. Okay, so we're going to, let's see. I think I'm going to try to do some gold paint. Let's try that with this one here. All right. Oh, and then by the way, here's my, if y'all don't follow me on Twitter or, not Instagram, Twitter or Facebook. I did not post this on Twitter. I posted on Facebook, but I just got done with a memorial drawing. And so this is going to a family with them for their memorial. So, yeah. So I just wanted to kind of share that. I know it's kind of flashed out because I've got it bright in here, but I just finished her and it's going out in the mail tomorrow. I just saw it sitting there, so I thought I'd show it. Let's see, what was I going to get? Oh, gold paint. Okay, so I was going to get a little gold paint. There's a tray. Let's do this because we're going to do it on black. So don't need too much because I want to keep it thin. Get one of these cards. Let's do 2. All right. It's a shame there's only one. Okay, is Eileen enabling again? I got this stuck on a card. Doesn't matter because I just pulled it off. But okay. There we go. Oh, got another tray there. Okay. I need something where it's going to show up. Let's do this color here. All right. So, I'm just going to put this on thin, and I'll have to immediately, as soon as I get done with this, I want to go wash it because acrylic paint, this is not, you know, it's not ink, it's acrylic paint, so I'm doing it real lightly. We'll see what happens. I just want a little bit thin, because I want a gold. That's why I'm doing paint. Otherwise, I'd find an ink. I don't know if I don't think I have a gold ink pad. All right. So, and I'm going to take the card and I'm going to put it on top so that I know what I'm getting covered there. Same thing for this one. I'll put it right there. And we'll see. If it doesn't work, it's just a little piece of cardstock. Ho-ho! All right, let's see what we got there. There we go. There we go. And there we go. So, since I got quite a few music things to do for Jean and Jan, let me go ahead and get a couple more pieces of, while I've got the gold paint out and all that, let me go ahead and do a couple more. If nothing else, there'll be backgrounds for something else, okay? So I'm just lightly putting a light coat, tapping gently. I'm going to do a couple more here. Don't tell Rach. All right. right, now let's do that other one with the, where is it, this one? This one's got some music and a violin and whatnot. Let's try one of those. Now I'm kind of doing this like I would a stencil. If a little bit doesn't, completely cover, it's okay, because they're just these little cards that I'm probably going to be mostly backgrounds anyway. So let's do that one. Okay. All right, let's do one more of those. So thank you, Vicki, for reminding me to pull out my stamps. I would not have thought, I just pulled a handful out of the middle. And these are the ones I pulled out, and they had music on them. Don't you love when that kind of stuff happens? All right, so there we go. Okay. So those will make it into Jan. Let me do one more since I just have it sitting here. Jan and Jean's little practice music pocket letters. They're my guinea pigs. JJ, Jean, and Jan. I just wanted to do some practice ones so that we can, so nobody'd be intimidated with the swap. Okay. All righty, did my scroll. Let me check my scrolly thing here. Oh, hey, Dana. Yeah, my scroll froze up for a minute. Don't let Rach know that Dee Dee is stamping. Yeah, my scroll got stuck a minute ago. There's Artie Dar, Bunny, Cheeky Girl, Lilith, Sobe Bridget. A whole bunch of people popped in while my chat was froze. Hang on. Or wasn't scrolling, I should say. Okay, there we go. All right, I think we're caught up now. So there we go. All right, so those are all going to be good. Let me just, I'll just get a baby wipe. It's not that thick on here. But you don't want to keep paint sitting in rubber stamps. Well, either one, acrylic or rubber. You don't want paint sitting in there because it'll just clog up the impressions, on your stamps. It'll clog them up. So you want to keep that clean. Ink doesn't clog it like you might get residual ink on your next stamp, but you don't want acrylic paint is going to fill up the little indentations. All right, so there we go. All right, so now we got these to use. Let me show you what we've just been practicing here. Let me put that in the water. So we're just playing with the little, this is the front. This one's for Jean. Put them Hummers in some water. Yeah, exactly. And then, I got to cut, maybe one of those. Let's see, this one, and then maybe this one. So I got a couple of those to put, maybe another music one like that. And then remember, when these are tucked inside, then you can put other things in between. Like I said, if y'all missed it earlier, we got candy and tea, fabric and ribbons, small items and sequins, which if you do that, make sure you seal it with washi tape or glue it, put it in a small bag and put that in there. Washi, your letter, some stickers, a quote, a prayer, some cutouts or die cuts, all of that stuff. And so, like I said, this was going to be the practice one so that if y'all don't be intimidated by where's my other one there? Don't be intimidated from doing these. Oh, I got my other music one is in here somewhere. There it is. No, that's the, well, it's in there somewhere. Hang on. I don't know where it is. It's in there somewhere. The other music one. Okay, and then here's the fish one that I'm going to do for JJ. So there's just some little washi tape, some little fish off the back of the calendar. You can do charms and washi, anything. And then this is the one I'm going to do for Mystery Carol. Again, if y'all are just joining us and y'all know who Mystery Carol is, and she calls us her Butterfly Girls. If you want to send something thinking of you, Carol, it's been a couple years since we've been in contact with her, and because Joyce Moonrose, said, Dee Dee, you need to email her. So I did, and she emailed me back. and she didn't get into any of her health issues with me. She just said that she's still around. She still has the same address. So if y'all want to send me anything butterfly related, even if it's a store-bought card with the butterfly on it, I'm gathering up anything butterfly-ish, and I'm going to send her a little packet of, or an envelope or a box or something with all our letters and thoughts and, thinking of her and all that, butterfly package to Mystery Carol. So send that to me and I'll gather it up. If you send it in if you write her a letter and it's sealed up, it won't get open. I'll just forward it all to Carol. Okay, so if y'all are up for sending Mystery Carol something butterfly themed, then just send that to me. If you're wanting to be in the swap, in the pocket letter swap, these are just some sample ones that I'm practicing with. Oh, here's the other music one. I stuck all my notes on the back. Then you need to get with Jay Merrill on that. And how that's going to work, again, I'm repeating the information, is you give Janet your information and she will give you the address of one other person in the swap, and you're going to just do a one-on-one swap. You will send your pocket letter folded up and in a business envelope, and they will send, and then I don't know if you're not necessarily even going to get the same person. I mean, the person you send to doesn't necessarily get yours. Is that correct, Janet? Like if I sent one to JJ, this is just my practice one. JJ's getting this anyway. But if I sent one to JJ, that doesn't mean that JJ got me. Is that correct? You're just pulling out, hey, Jean, you're just in time to see you're being my guinea pig, Jean. You, Jan, and JJ are my guinea pigs on how to do these pocket letters. So anyway, so this is the one that I'm working on for you, Jean. You're going to get this one. Jan is going to get this one. I'm still working. This is some ideas. If you're just coming in and want to know some more about how some ideas for the pocket letters, just watch the recording. This one's for JJ with the fish theme. And there we go. Oh, Janet's not here? Okay. All right, so Janet had to leave. So I'm not sure if it doesn't matter if you get the same person or a different person. But yes, Jean. Yeah, you're my guinea pig. Here's your pocket letter I'm working on. So got some music washi tape. Yeah, I had to practice on somebody. So you three gals are the practice ones. So I'm going to finish these up and send them to you guys anyway, not in having anything to do with the swap. Okay, this is just so I can, show people some different ideas, that it's not that intimidating. Use your stickers, your stuff that you already have. Don't get freaked out. I do have a book of quotes, music quotes here, lyrical quotes for noteworthy moments. So I do have song quotes here. So I'm going to do some of that. Okay, guys, any questions? Do we have any questions or anything else that you want to ask or talk about on the pocket letter ideas? I guess someone who tweets Dee Dee all the time while she's streaming gets a pocket letter made for them. You mean because Jean bugs me all the time? No, Vicky, I said I might make you an alligator one. So, be looking for something with some big teeth on it or something. With quotes, air quotes on everything. Well, it would really not be air quotes. They'd have real quotes. All right, guys. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that. And, got some more ideas. Again, there's lots of ideas online, but don't get intimidated by the real elaborate looking ones. It doesn't have to be as elaborate as the ones you see. Use the stuff you have. Like, I completely forgot I had these rubber stamps. And then I just pull them out at Vicky's Perseance. Hey, Bridget, and anybody else I missed? Okay. You're welcome, Eileen, and hopefully y'all wrote down and got some ideas. Watch a recording, and don't be afraid. Be a part of it, and we'll talk to you later in the week or on Twitter. Bye, guys. So, that's kind of the update on that. So I thought what we would do is I'm just going to pull out a couple, I've done ATC swaps for years, so I've got tons of sleeves laying around, and I put them here somewhere. There they are. So I pulled out some blank sleeves that I have laying around. There's all different kinds too. I mean, but besides the Project Life and the baseball card sleeves, there's other size sleeves that are fun, would be fun to work with too. We're just going to do this one though today. So I have two things that I'm going to do. I'm going to do the butterfly one for Carol, but I'm also going to just practice and show and we're going to just just practice. If it doesn't turn out, it's like, okay, y'all know what not to do. So I got a sleeve here with just some tan color cards in it that I'm going to use as a base for, again, let me show you probably the best way to do this. Okay, so the pockets here are ATC size baseball card, 2.5 by 3.5, your standard size. We're not going to get freaked out about making these, guys. I don't understand. Everybody's made ATCs for a long time. I don't know why anybody's getting upset about just making 9 of them. And really, they're not even as decorated as, one that would be in a swap. If y'all have any questions or anything, put them in caps so I know you're talking to me. And for those watching the recording, this is a live show with live people. Thanks, everybody, for being here. And so if you're watching the recording, just know that we're having a conversation here with a bunch of people. And if we come to an area where it lags for you visually, just click, 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 and forward it on. And yeah, get to the art of it, if you will. All right, so I'm just going to get out a cutter here, and I'm going to just cut. I got some 8.5 by 11. Is it kind of, do we have enough light there, guys? Let me know, because, it's a dark day here. It's pouring down rain, so it's real dark in here. I think I have every light on in the room that I can possibly have. Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dee Dee. We're just sitting here doing a little pre-chat show, talking, gabbing, and drawing. So let me put this over here. I'm just working on one of my, a girl from the sketchy group. So I've been just kind of drawing on her. So I have to still do her skin tones. I just got the highlights, her hair, and the darkest darks. And so she's probably about halfway done. So I just was working on her this morning, and I'll tweet a picture out when I'm done with her. So there's that, working on. And let me move these pencils out of the way. And my trash. And all right, so what I thought we would do, for those of y'all that know, we're starting, well, Janet is hosting, J. Merle is hosting a pocket letter swap. I have this here. This is my focus card there. So she is doing and this is the only one I've ever received, and didn't even know about till I got this one from Jan from Quail Hill. Hopefully the lighting, let's put a little more light on the situation. And so this is the only one I'd ever seen. Hang on, guys. There we go. And so I showed it last week when I got it in. And apparently it's a thing now, it's been around for a little while, I guess, where you swap 9 pockets and you put a letter in it and you put little doolollies, doodads, cuts and stickers and whatever in the little pockets, and you exchange them. Because it folds up small, you can put it in a letter, business size envelope. And anyway, so I guess this has been, I had never heard of it till that day. So apparently it's a thing where you swap them just like we used to do ATCs, art cards, ACOs, artist trading cards, sketch cards, and all that. And so my mom and I have done this with uh, Project Life cards. And it folds up, you know, just like a 4x6. So 8.5 by 11 cardstock. You can get a whole, you know, a whole sheet of ATCs out of this. I got some black, and also if y'all want good sales on the cardstock, Michaels always has those packs. Let me see if I have an unopened one. Here we go. Michaels always has these packs on sale. I think right now they're 3 for $10, but last week or the week before they were 5 for $10. So I bought 5 new packs. I think I got 2 more craft, a black, a gray. I don't remember, but anyway. So they're 50 sheets of cardstock. It feels probably, it's not 110, maybe 90 weight. I don't see. Oh, here we go. 65. Okay, it's 65. So it's a little thinner than 90, but it's a good, you know, base for ATCs. So I'm going to just cut 2 at a time here. I think I got 2, maybe 3. Let's just do 2 at a time. And I'm just going to cut down 2.5 here wide. So I can get 3 strips of that. It's a little left over. 2.5, 2.5, and 2.5. And so you just got a little bit left on the edge. I used to save that kind of thing. I don't anymore. All right. And then 3.5. So got 3.5, 3.5. And I'm cutting 2 sheets at a time. And 3.5. So then you just got probably about a 1/4 inch left at the bottom. 1/2 inch maybe, about a 1/2 inch. So there's 1 stack there. I could probably cut 4 at a time. Here, let's go ahead because I got 3.5. 3.5. Okay, so there we go. So right there, that's 18 cards right there. 18 cards off of 2 sheets. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of craft color ones. Let me just put this out of the way. Gifts, yeah. See, we're going to do stickers and maybe some washi. I'm not getting elaborate. I'm going to use things that I have. We're just going to play around and see. You know, it's no fun if you get stressed out about it. Yeah, Janet said write about your pets. Yeah, that's a great idea. If you don't want to talk about your art or what you do, your job, your kids, your life, then write about your pets. Great idea, Janet. So, yeah, they're getting too serious about it. If you just think about it as 9 ATCs that are in, you know, with one idea. In this case, you know, she did. Well, it doesn't even have to be even just one idea. In this case, Jan talked about art and Leonardo da Vinci and Mona because she knows that's my muse. She included coffee in mine. I mean, not real coffee, but little coffee pictures. When she did one for Barb, she did tea. She put a tea bag in there. So we're just going to do a couple of little, you know, some practice pages. I got some ideas, and I'm going to do one for Mystery Carol. So again, if you want to send a little, for those of y'all that don't know, Mystery Carol, you know, she had some very serious health issues, and we all kind of rallied with her, and we hadn't heard from her in really a couple of years. So Moomy Joy said, Dee Dee, try to email her again. She was real concerned, and so because of Moomy, I went ahead and emailed Carol again, and she answered, and she is still, you know, she doesn't say matter. She did not get into her health issues with me. But she did say that she still has all her butterfly art that we sent her a few years ago around her. So it's time for some fresh butterfly kisses. So if y'all want to send me anything butterfly related, I don't mind showing. I won't show any personal letters. And if you have a personal letter to Carol, if you seal that up, I will not open it. I'll just I'm going to put it all in one big envelope and send it all, or box or whatever, and send that to her. So if you want to send anything personal to her or anything like that, I will not be opening that or reading that on air. Okay, I don't know, Vicky. I don't know. Hey, Gina. So anyway, to me, not to disparage the whole idea because a letter is involved in it, but to me, this is really no different than just doing 9 ATCs. People are getting freaked out like, oh my gosh, that's too high. I don't know what to do. What do I do? Hey, Vicky. So I thought I would just do, I've not done a whole page like this. We're going to do some practice ones today. And oh, and then also she put a photograph that was cut up, blown up and cut up like this. This is Jan's, Quail Hill Jan. So instead of everybody getting freaked out over it, to me, if you look at it, if you just look at it like 9 ATCs with a theme, there we go. And then you can put a little letter talking about, you know, whatever you want to say, a little bit about yourself, or whatever the theme of it, which apparently in this case, there is no theme. You can do whatever theme you want. So I thought I would do a couple practice ones, and we'll just see how it turns out. Okay, but I don't think we need to get all stressed out just because you have to include a letter. And just a small letter talking about whatever you want. Jan included a letter in here talking about Quail Hill. But, you know, it doesn't have to be elaborate. It could be just a little short thing about you, what you do, what your medium is. Do you like to paint or draw or sketch, whatever. So let's don't get all like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, Vern? Hi, Eileen. About time you got here, Missy. Just kidding. So we're going to just do a couple of practice ones. The other thing that I wanted to talk about before we get crack-a-lack in here is I did hear back from Mystery Carol, our tree frog Mystery Carol, who she calls us her butterfly girls. I did hear back from her, and she said her address is the same, so I have her address. So if anybody wants to send anything butterfly related, which I'm going to do one of these pocket pages for her with butterflies. If anybody wants to send a letter, a card, anything to do with just a butterfly on it, we're going to gather that up, and I'm going to send her a package of butterfly goodies. Okay? Are freaking out because of what some people include.